marks the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And Channel 7's own Cheryl Burton is live in Memphis for this momentous occasion. Cheryl?
How you doing, Ryan and Val? It has been an extraordinary 48 hours here in Memphis, Tennessee. We are here at the Lorraine Motel where all day there has been a commemoration. Right now, Grammy Award winner saxophone player Kirk Whalum is on the stage. There have been civil rights activists, religious leaders, and there have been some young people performing to the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., celebrating his life and legacy. But it was a half a century ago today when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. came here to Memphis supporting the striking sanitation workers. He was staying in the hotel room 306, right over my shoulder, when he was looking over the balcony talking to some of his friends when he was assassinated by a man who shot him right as he was talking to his friends. Now, it seems like it is a moment frozen in time here. The Lorraine Motel was a Black-owned hotel, and Dr. King was perhaps its most famous guest over the years. Joining me today are some of the high school students who want to live on his legacy. While a mighty voice died that day, his dream did not die. Joining me is Larry Varn, the principal of Hirsch High School, along with Marcus Goley and Devon Smith, all from Chicago. Why was it important for you to be here today?
It was important for us to be here because these students are the dream that Dr. King died for 50 years ago. And so for them to be here on the precipice of getting ready to step into their own dreams, to begin that journey to realizing their potential in the next step, college, it's important for them to be here and take this step back into time and commemorate the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King.
And talk about, you guys are also going on a college tour while you're here. You're going to visit today and then you're going to head on to other colleges, and the rest of your group is actually at a college visiting right now.
Yes, we're going to be visiting 5 historically Black colleges and universities between here, Dallas, and Little Rock.
So let's talk to the young people here. What are your thoughts today as you celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King 50 years later?
Well, to me, celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King is celebrating all his accomplishments, not just for the time period, but for periods after him. As an African-American male, he set the pace for how we should be and how we should be treated in our communities. His dream was for equality, and I feel like today we can still pick up that lesson because there isn't a lot of equality anymore. And I feel like this just go on.
So let's talk to your classmate. What are your thoughts about being here today on such an historic time?
Yes, it's an unreal time right now. Coming here younger, coming to a museum, it's just, another museum and you can learn a few things. But now that I'm here again, older, I have more background information on what really happened here, and be able to build on that information, it's a great moment.
I love that. I love from CPS to college, MLK 50, where do we go from here? And of course, I'm a proud CPS graduate myself, and it's really wonderful and amazing to see the next generation come here and appreciate the teachings and the preachings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In fact, when I was just about 9 years old, I took the trip to his gravesite in Atlanta, Georgia, and my uncle, who was a visionary, that he would take his classmates there every year for the 8th grade graduation trip. He would take us through the civil rights movement through the South, Memphis, Atlanta, Georgia, and we would stop by all of the places that were etched in American history. So there's so much here and so many memories that are coming. In fact, my father went to Morehouse College with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I remember the day when Dr. King was assassinated because it was the day before my mother's birthday. I had never heard her cry before. I was 5 years old. They had closed all the schools down at CPS, so it was a day that I will never forget. And later on today at 3 o'clock, they will lay a wreath at room 306 where Dr. King was assassinated. Members of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity will present that during a ceremony. Then there will be a speech, a keynote address by Father Flager from St. Sabina Church. I just spoke with him. He said he's so humble that he was asked to do this. He said he wants to make Dr. King smile. Reverend Jackson will also be speaking today. He was with him on that balcony on that fateful day. Then at 6:01, the precise time when Dr. King was killed, the bells will toll for 39 times the age Dr. King was when he was killed. That is the latest from Memphis, Tennessee at the National Civil Rights Museum.